Good evening, Jeremy Fernandez with ABC News. Frustrated residents have lashed out at the builder of a Sydney apartment block after they were ordered out of their homes for the second time in just 3 days. Anger exploded when residents were told it'll be at least 10 days before they're allowed back. The developer says it's just a precaution and will allow engineers to work around the clock to assess a concrete panel that cracked on Christmas Eve. And it's promising that residents will be compensated for the disruption.
3 days after cracks emerged in this brand new apartment building, the developer and builder faced angry residents for the first time.
We haven't had any news besides, the police and the media. This is basically the first time they're speaking to us.
Hundreds of people were forced to evacuate the Opal Tower on Christmas Eve because of fears it could collapse. 2/3 of residents were let back in the next day, while the rest had to find somewhere else to sleep. Today, it was déjà vu.
We're after the residents to leave now so we can absolutely investigate every part of the building unobstructed as quickly as possible.
That's what structural engineers have been doing since panels started falling from this internal support wall. But after 3 days, the reason for the defect is still a mystery.
It's paramount that the structure is fully sound, which it is. I'm very comfortable standing right here below the building, but we need to be able to get access so that specialist engineers can work right through the building and check out all the similar structures through all of the floors.
Just how long that will take is also unclear.
How long should we wait for final results? And can we have some fair, treatment?
Over the next 24 hours, residents will be progressively relocated to hotels in the area. The developer has told them they'll need at least 10 days to assess the damage and work out their next move. The builder, Icon, has promised compensation, but hasn't said how much will be offered and when it will be available.
My biggest concern is about my kids because, when I have a twins, 2.5-year-old, and we don't have much money.
Even if things are fixed, do you still want to live in the building?
No, definitely not.
Some were more forgiving.
At the end of the day, they're thinking of our safety. The building is not going to collapse.
The state government has hired 2 engineering professors to help with its own investigation. It's unclear how long that will take or when residents will be able to return home.
And reporter Mark Reddie joins us now from Sydney's Olympic Park. Mark, have the residents started to leave yet?
No, not yet, Jeremy. Residents have now been told they have to spend another night here at the Opal Tower, despite questions about the structural integrity of the building. Earlier today, they were told they would be moved to hotels over the next 24 hours. Now they've been told they'll get an email in the morning advising them of where they need to go. But that really hasn't eased the concerns from residents. They say they won't be sleeping well tonight, considering there are still concerns about the building. We've also learned more about what happened at that community meeting this afternoon. The developer eCove sent an email to residents at 2:19 p.m. The meeting was scheduled for 2:45. That left residents 25 minutes to get here, to get to the meeting. Most of those residents were out and about trying to enjoy what's left of their Christmas, New Year holiday with the kids. They were out shopping. So a lot of them actually didn't get the chance to ask questions to the developer or the builder and have simply been left furious and fed up by this whole process.
Mark, there are a lot of questions about how all this has come about. During this afternoon's press conference, the builder was asked whether the construction was a rush job. How did he respond?
Yeah, so the builder and the developer were very quick to hose down speculation that this was a rush job. Of course, we know Western Sydney is in the midst of a construction boom. This developer has already put up 2 other towers in this area and this tower, but also a tower in the city. And it was very quick to say that it had followed every sort of safety protocol, that Australia has one of the strictest compliance rules in the world, and that they didn't have any sort of pressure on them from any sort of developers or anyone else for that matter to get this done. Of course, it was built very quickly, although they say they're confident that this structure will be okay once the engineers attend to it, but also that the rest of their buildings are safe. So they were quick to hose down that speculation, and they do say, though, that they still don't know when those residents will be allowed to return home.
Mark Reddie reporting from Olympic Park. Thank you.